Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. They run the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen.
See, I'm just bowing down to Supreme Leader Tua Tagovailoa.
You know, you brand me a hater because I still say the Dolphins have a 0% chance of making the playoffs. And now they're in the 7 seed, and it's amazing and it's incredible and I love it. And I think I'm wearing it for people who are listening to this on audio medium. There's a video somewhere on the YouTube accompanying it, but I'm wearing my teal shirt, my teal beanie. I am fully embraced in the Tuanon camp here. I am a full-fledged member of Tuanon, and we need to do something. We need to take action here as part of Tuanon. We need to stage an uprising in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what that means at this point, but yeah, we are pro Tua and the Miami Dolphins, and Jalen Waddle giving me 22 fantasy points to help me win my fantasy semifinal by 2.5 points. I needed every single Jalen Waddle catch, and damn it if I didn't get it to help me get to my championship game.
At this juncture in time, Tuanon is truly stronger than the Lumasante. Glad we could convert you, my friend. They are 3.5 point favorites, though, going into Tennessee. Tennessee, of course, coming off a big victory against my 49ers on Thursday Night Football, because Tennessee's not dead. Now they have A.J. Brown back, and A.J. Brown's really good at football. Julio Jones is back, only to injure his hamstring once again. And Derrick Henry is just around the corner. Maybe. We'll see if the Titans can officially lock up that AFC South this week. Big opportunity for them to do it, given what's going on with Carson Wentz in Indy, another game we'll get into at some point. Miami, though, they are back in the playoff picture officially, too. They are officially, as of today, as of this recording, as of Wednesday, the 29th of December, the number 7 team in the AFC playoff picture, jumping ahead of the Baltimore Ravens and a quartet of other teams for that potential spot. 1-7 to 8-7. It is one of the most remarkable stories I've seen in the history of this great game of football. And truly, it obviously is the first time that ever happened. And yes, they've gotten very lucky. They've gotten very lucky with the scheduling, how it broke down. Obviously, Ian Book starting for the Saints on Monday night. Ian Book, poor kid, just getting absolutely destroyed out there. But the big thing about this Miami Dolphins team is they're led by their defense. They're top 5 in so many defensive categories: sacks, pressures, passing game. They are truly an elite unit. At the end of the day, the Dolphins are only going to go as far as Tua can take them, though. And Tua, he made some good throws against the Saints. He had some really good throws. That one, I think it was to Gesicki, the over-the-shoulder deep ball that he threw. That was
different white tight end, but also a Gesicki. He is a Gesicki, but he's not the Gesicki. I believe it was Mac Hollins.
Okay, Mac Hollins. Either way, that was just a phenomenal throw that any quarterback makes that. If Patrick Mahomes is making that throw, everyone on Twitter is blowing Patrick Mahomes over that one. So credit to Tua. He's been able – wow, whoa, that was a little sus there. But anyway, no.
I mean, we are certified Mahomies here. We are certified Mahomie, or at least I am.
But yes, Tua had some great moments in that game. The thing about it, we learned in the Jets game, though, if he has any of these dumb turnovers, that's going to be one of the big things that unravels them. And for the Titans' credit, they've been a pretty good defense throughout the year. They're able to get pressure. And the fact that they're able to generate a pass rush is concerning when you're talking about this Miami Dolphins offensive line. As good as the Dolphins have been, as much as they put it together, their offensive line is still a big problem for this team. And their running back core of Myles Gaskin, Duke Johnson, Malcolm Brown, it's not a great running back core. Their best wide receiver, as you mentioned, is Jalen Waddle. Ooh. He's the best, most reliable asset. I think he's going to set a record for catches for a rookie season.
Yep, he is indeed going to, which is a little cheap because I think Jarvis Landry also has the most receptions in the first 3 years of anyone's career. So it's a little cheap because
Miami Dolphins receiver for Miami Dolphins receiver.
Miami Dolphins have been running a check down offense for 25 years now.
Hey, they made a great decision, though. They said, okay, Alabama receiver, high-end receiver, we need to get someone around Tua. They went out there, obviously spent money in free agency. They were hoping Will Fuller would have turned into a thing for them. Devontae Parker's still there. So they had some solid offensive pieces to work around there when they came into the year. Let me get your thoughts on this take, though. I've seen some people on Twitter calling for and this is a far cry from how the season started. Brian Flores, Coach of the Year. Yay or nay?
Oh, I remember that when they were 1-7, everyone wanted to fire Brian Flores. I'm like, you're not going to be able to find anyone better than Brian Flores. Like, it's idiotic to talk about it, but Coach of the Year, no, it's just a fun story, because the reason it's not going to be the case is because, yes, they beat the Ravens on Thursday Night Football when they just blitzed the entire game. And one of the best defensive strategies of the year is the Ravens have no offensive line. Let's just blitz every single time. And credit to Brian Flores for having the gall to blitz Lamar Jackson every single time. Like, credit to him for being willing to do that. Other than that, it's Texans, 2 Jets, Carolina Panthers, New York Giants, and Ian Book. That is the 7-game win streak. It is a whole lot of crap, and it's allowed their defense to allow 11 points a game. You mentioned Tua and the dumb interceptions. He had one of those against the Saints. He threw the ball down the field, and they freeze it on the broadcast, and the receiver's wide open, and he throws it behind the receiver by 10 yards. If you want to go like, Pythagorean theorem, maybe it was only like 7 yards, but it was like 5 yards that way, 5 yards up. And the safety just comes over, is like, all right, thank you. Like, it was Tua's had some atrocious picks, and the Mac Hollins play was awesome. It was big for Tua, and that was kind of about it. I watched most of the game. I don't usually watch full Monday night games when the teams aren't good, but as I mentioned, I was in a fantasy football championship, and I needed 22 points from Jalen Waddle, so I watched the entire game.
Whoa, your fantasy football championships in week 16?
The semifinal this week, and then
okay, I was gonna say
championship next.
That's
week.
odd. We were just giving shit to people to play fantasy football championships in week 18, week 16. What are you?
No, I would have. My season would have been over if I had lost the game, but it was the semifinal. I played the championship this week. The point there is, Miami is kind of the team we think they are, and I think that they're going to need to win both games to get in to the playoffs. And Miami is not a playoff team this year, but they still might sneak into the playoffs, which is a pretty cool story for them. Their defense has gotten better. That's a big deal for them, because it looked like everything was falling apart at the start of the season with their defense. But it's been a really, really good run for Miami. Now, on the flip side for this game, the Tennessee Titans currently have, and I'm going to try and get this right here. So Julio Jones, Westbrook-Ikhine, Bud Dupree, Buster Screen, Caleb Farley, Nate Davis, Taylor Lewan, and backup offensive lineman Kendall Lamb, all on the COVID list. So they themselves have a little bit of a COVID outbreak going on right now.
Wow. The continued demise of Julio Jones in that trade. This has just been a horrible season for him. Okay, well, let's get into it. Let's get into our game picks here. Let's talk who we're going with here.
This is a fun game here, because I think because I'm up about 3 or 4 games on you with
picked up 2 this week. Picked up 2 this week because of some odd injury situations and COVID situations here.
Fair enough. Yes, I should have picked the Buffalo Bills. I'm disappointed in myself for not having the gall to go with it, but I'm going to pick the Dolphins, and I'm going to have to force you to decide whether or not you're willing to try and make up a game or go against your beautiful boys down in South Florida.
See, here's the problem here. I'm in too deep. I'm in too deep, Kyle. I cannot go off of this train now.
Would you say you're in Tua deep?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am going with the Miami Dolphins. 2-0, our supreme Lord and Savior. Tua Tagovailoa for the win.